Scorpio, welcome to August 2nd, 2023. I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Scorpio. So let's just get into it. Oh, that one just came right out. So we have card 12, the birds. I'm learning the Lenormand deck, but what I see is messages for peace. 7 of diamonds. Card 12. Let's read what that one has to say. I really like the images on this deck. And just the back of it has the birds. In a blue sky. Keywords: gossip, communication, social media, meetings, siblings. As far as the playing card goes, it says satire, mockery, and its nature is neutral. So there might have been some sort of like message coming in for you from social media. There might be someone you know on social media like gossiping. Maybe something was meant to be playful and it came in feeling like, or went out, maybe you are the one who posted something on social media and it was misinterpreted, and this card is indicating that there is peace, a message of peace regarding that misinterpretation coming towards you. Let's see, let's get a little more context for that one. I don't know why I felt drawn to this deck today. It feels like it has something to say. Messages do you have for the sign of Scorpio today? This is the day after the Sturgeon full moon, so we are in the waning moon phase, letting things go. Whatever came in for your manifestations in the waxing moon period, we're letting go of like any loose ends, like trimming the fat, or if you like to sew, like cutting off the loose threads, basically. Card 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7, 7 on the board, 7 hearts, 7 diamonds. The tree is related to stability, family tree, lineage. An oak tree also indicates being strong as an oak, intuitively. It says a single tree grows in a field with a blue sky behind it. Health, family tree, growth, ancestry, pleasant thoughts, tranquility, nature, neutral. So you might be doing something on social media that is like perpetrating a neutral point of view of nature, or like bringing nature onto social media. You might have, like, you know how some people on social media, they'll engage in like political commentary, or some kind of like sassy some kind of sassy like banter. You might be instead just occupying yourself with going outside, being a witness to nature, learning biophilia, like engaging in the knowledge of life within your body by like being in contact with it, which is like a real sense. We start to lose a sense of ourselves as natural beings when we don't spend time outside. So perhaps you're spending time outside. Maybe the birds themselves are bringing you messages. 7/7 is sacred spirit number. We also have 1, 2, and 5. So 7, 6, or 8 might be significant. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this one wants to come out with a fox, of course. There's another reader on YouTube who always laughs about how the fox comes out for Scorpio. 4, 8, 9 of clubs, another 5, 4, and 1. So you might be saying 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7. Angel numbers. The fox is in front of a cave. It's a sneaky energy, but it also in native traditions, it's like it's cunning, but it's cunning because it has to be. It's a like a trickster god, but it's benevolent. I mean, tricksters aren't always benevolent, but the fox in some native traditions is specifically benevolent. Let's read about the fox before I continue to ramble on. 9 of clubs. Oh, yeah, 9. Okay. 9 of clubs. A fox walks on a path outside of a cave in a wooded area. So you might, again, be going outside. Keywords indicate job, clever, work, sneaky, cunning. The playing card is a business enterprise, unexpected gains. Nature, negative. So on social media, especially if you're like your business is regarding social media, you might have done something playful. Naturally was taken away from its nature. The message was misinterpreted and denatured by a sneaky, cunning energy who maybe didn't have the best intentions for you. There's also, I mean, that's like the most sort of basic reading I can give for these 3 cards. I would also say, though, that you might be doing something right now in business or work that's requiring you to like keep your mouth shut. In our reading yesterday for Scorpio, there was a card that indicated like keeping quiet about something and just kind of moving in your own space, because there might be some sneaky energy around you. Coming out of the cave is like the fox in front of the cave is sneaking, either potentially because there's a bear in there. One of the cards in the Lenormand deck is the bear. But also the cave indicates the depths of our soul, our unconscious, and states of sleep or dreams. So you might be doing something in work that unconscious material in your life, and you're having to like move quietly because you're working through whatever blockages are coming up for you in this business venture you're beginning. Or, I mean, it could be a relationship as well. This relationship you're beginning. You're taking your time to work through your unconscious material before plowing forward. Yeah, okay. That seems like the way to go with that one. Okay, so we have 8 birds on the 12s, and we have 9, 7, 8, 9. You might be seeing, and then the moon reversed. I'm just gonna pull it out upright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hearts. Again, 7, 8, 9, 8 of hearts. 2, 5, 5, 5, right in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Angel numbers. So there's something you're not seeing, or there's something that's previously been unseen. Again, with this moon phase, the full moon waning right now, whatever it is that's coming up for you, I have this really like heavy feeling that it's like self-imposed restrictions that are unconscious. This sneaky energy is like, it's a feeling of like drifting in front of your desires to come and distract you, them whisk you away instead of staying focused. Like maybe you don't believe you have enough time for something. Maybe you don't believe you have enough like chutzpah to master something, or to like reveal something of yourself to the world in this love or business venture. This is such a bizarre reading so far. It's like deep and bizarre. Like lots of synchronicities. You might be seeing lots of synchronicities You might be getting lots of signs and symbols, and that could be part of this like weird heavy energy of distraction that I'm getting. Like maybe you're getting too carried away with your signs and symbols and synchronicities instead of staying focused, heart-centered, in a heart-centered way on like what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. We all have free will, so you can follow the signs and synchronicities on the ever unfolding path. It is like a human superpower to be able to choose with our free will. So let's see, one more from the Lenormand deck, and then we'll clarify with the tarot. This is getting so weird. Spirit, what do you have to say about sign of Scorpio today with this one? Okay. Queen of Diamonds. She came out reversed. Usually 2-2 here. 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 3 2 4 1 5. Okay, so all the numbers on the board right now are between 1 and 5, which is really interesting as far as the numbers on the cards go. What this is telling me is like you're taking one step forward and then 2 steps back, and then 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and you might be kind of dancing around the thing it is that you actually want to do because you feel like you want to be doing something else or you need to be doing something else. And I think that's what the moon is right here, is like there's some weird inner tyrant voice telling you like you need to be doing something besides what it is that you feel good about doing. So maybe, especially if you look at the reading yesterday, maybe you grew up believing that if you followed your joy, followed your bliss, you weren't going to be successful in a material sense, or able to like move with the flows of our modern world. But this reading is indicating that that is a belief you're now letting go of. Maybe you've encountered what it means not to follow your bliss, and discovered that these were curses passed down from your family, your lineage. They were belief systems handed down to you by previous generations, and thoughts sneak in to interrupt what it is that you're doing. What you don't see is that it's right in front of you. And this Queen of Diamonds rather, indicates a crossroads. Maybe you have a lot of options right now, a lot of like places you feel like you could go. What I think is really cool about this card is it says a crossroads like on the description, but these look like rivers to me, and rivers flow through the path of least resistance. And what this is saying to me is that maybe you've flowed in the past through the paths of least resistance, and this has opened up for you like a lot of paths. And now with your free will, you're having to like choose one just to begin. Maybe the illusion is that you feel like you can only do one, but with the amount of time available to us, right? Like with the law of attraction, we can remind ourselves that we have all the time in the world, until we don't. And it's best to just think about what you do have, I guess. So if you approach this, here's the birds harkening back to this message, social media. Maybe you're doing something with social media, or gossip, or somebody's talking about you, and that's why you're feeling like you don't have it in you to do what you want to do or what you are happy to do. This card is, I just lost my train of thought. This card is indicating that you can get it all done. You just need to choose one now. And you can come back to the others. These are a crossroad. Or, as that Robert Frost poem goes, as way leads on to way. Maybe I'll never, I don't know the words exactly. I don't remember them now. But as way leads on to way, like maybe we won't come back to it and it won't be a big deal. You can just pick one and you're going to be happy no matter what. Just let these sneaky thoughts get out of the way. Okay. That was like really weird to navigate. That was so weird to navigate. This dancing around energy. Like we go from 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. Like you're like circling back on yourself, second guessing yourself. Spirit, let us clarify the birds. Why is the birds here for Scorpio? Oh shit. Okay, excuse my language. I'm gonna take these two and the High Priestess. All right, High Priestess reversed, Ten of Wands, and Judgment reversed. So somebody is heavenly. Oh, there we go. Freudian slip. Somebody is heavily burdened, potentially you, by a partnership. So this is telling me a business partnership, a romantic partnership, or something having to do with however your communications about this goal are being expressed in the world. And this relates specifically to your beliefs versus their beliefs, and someone casting judgment on you because they don't have similar beliefs. So that misunderstanding that we were talking about initially when this social media gossip card came out, came out yesterday too in that reading. Feeling heavily burdened by feeling like you don't fit in, casting judgment on yourself and allowing others to cast judgment on you, and it's making you just feel like the world on your shoulders. But the cool thing about this Ten of Wands card, I think, is that fence in the Nine of Wands, he has a fence and he's like putting the last posts in, and this guy has like taken down the fence essentially. So what might be difficult for you right now in this moment, or what might be the burden, is actually you're letting down your walls. And what happened when you let down your walls was that you were met with judgment, started questioning your intuition. Like, why did I do that? Oh, here's a card coming out now. Yeah, Four of Swords reversed. So this card is usually used to indicate rest, and actually in recent readings it's been coming out with judgment or after judgment. But what I see from this card is like you're still being encouraged to move forward. You've gotten all the rest that you needed. Now it's time for you to trust your intuition. Trust that the judgments of others are projections of their own insecurities or their own whatever it is that they're working through. Work with empathy and forgiveness, and carry the burden of your responsibilities with enthusiasm, because whatever it is that you're choosing to do, you are going to accomplish it here. And there's no reason to let other people's projections burden you. Know that in not letting them burden you, you're actually helping to heal their projections as well. Four of Cups, Five of Cups, sorry, I can count. Another 5 on the board. So yeah, this guy's crying over his spilled cups, and there's 2 standing behind him. More of the cups are spilled, but more doesn't necessarily mean better. That's the way I like to look at this card. There's a bridge in the background going over water, so he has a means of navigating whatever emotional turmoil has struck him. He's currently in a place of solitude, but if he goes to this bridge, goes across the bridge, there's like a little like place for him here, and he can take his 2 cups and he can find his company there, or at least some company. He doesn't have to be alone out in the cold here. I think it's also interesting that what's spilled out of these cups is wine. or something red. So you might very well be getting rid of, like, what you're getting rid of is something that wasn't good for you, something toxic, something that was in excess, in any case. And by coming out of this period of rest, you're having to face that head on. Like, all right, this is what I let go of. It wasn't good for me. I still want to, like, focus on that. And this is the distraction. The distraction is that you're looking in the past at what you lost instead of picking up your 2 cups and, like, moving forward. This is your shadow telling you, like, the past is still there, the past is still there, the past is still there, and it's not. The past is gone. It's spilled. The wine is in the ground. Okay. These cards just came out. So 6 of Pentacles reversed and 8 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. With this Moon card, what you're not seeing is that there was an injustice, particularly related to your money, or your sustenance, or what it was that was feeding you, or whatever, like your ego maybe. So someone treated you unjustly. We have Judgment in reverse here too. So I hear this word a lot, but I guess breadcrumbing, in the Moon, you were being breadcrumbed. So it's possible that in the past, especially regarding this, like, family inheritance, you were dealing with some kind of family inheritance about the beliefs around money, or being able to feed yourself. And this is what made you feel like you couldn't, like, choose what it is that makes you happy for your career, or for your lover, or for your, I don't know, maybe you just want to post stuff on social media that is silly or about nature, but you're, like, worried about, it could be that simple. Like, you're just worried about, like, what other people will think. And this card is saying that at this point, it's done, and you have a choice to allowing that energy into your life by setting these boundaries. And the boundaries are set by taking the wall down, the wall of your, like, not trusting the universe, essentially. Like, the universe will provide and it wants you to succeed, and you just got to keep telling yourself that. And even if it hasn't worked out in the past, now you have too many options, and it's, like, preventing you from even being able to do the work. Oh shoot, so many cards. This is such a weird reading today. Okay. All right. I can't show the lovers on YouTube. We'll put it there, but so it is about a romantic relationship, or your relationship with yourself, your divine feminine and masculine. It sounds a little bit like your divine masculine has been beating up your divine feminine, like, or your divine feminine has really harshly been judging your divine masculine. Here we go. This card just wanted to come out. 2 of Cups. There you go. Yeah, so you're divided within yourself. 2 of Cups reversed. It's possibly these 2 cups here. You just got to pick them up. So yeah, at this point, the reading is just repeating itself, and I want to get some ending messages, because it looks like there's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of judgment, a lot of misunderstanding and communication, and it's all stemming from this, like, these inherited presuppositions that don't even really hold the foundation of any of this together anymore. Like, this meadow's flooded, there's waterways everywhere, and now we're just having to decide where to go. And we would rather focus on the past because it's already established than, like, create the ingenuity to, like, move forward in the future. So Spirit, how can we move forward in this situation for Scorpio? How can we get out of the mire mess of the past and this back and forth energy, and how can we create union between our inner masculine and inner divine feminine, or in this partnership, whether it's romantic or business. Spirit, please send us a message. All right. First, and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles usually indicates this guy is a master of his craft, and he's helping these two sign a contract. He's also overhearing a conversation in some official way. So there's official conversations about all of this going on that you don't even see. And the energy for you to be in currently is this King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, I want to like read King of Pentacles because he's got this look on his face, like he's just so content. He's got his scepter and his pentacles, and his robes are covered in grapes for winemaking. So he's sitting on top of this dude who's lost all of his wine. So whatever you lost, it's going to come back to you like 100-fold. Your little hut back here is going to be like a castle. Ta-da! He's armored up. He's got his like armor on underneath his robes, and he's ready to defend what's his. So you may need to defend yourself in the future, simply by being comfortable in your security. It seems like this has been difficult for whatever Scorpios I'm reading for, and this is telling you like the security that you're in right now is real, and you don't have to go back to like what was and how it didn't work before. Like you've worked through all that. You've worked through all that stuff, and you're not manifesting that anymore. I'm actually going to read the Three of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Pentacles. A sculptor at his work in a monastery. Métier. Trade, skilled labor, usually, however, regarded as a card of nobility, aristocracy, renown, and glory. Reverse, it means mediocrity in work and otherwise. Puerility, pettiness, weakness. Ooh. So, coming... That was about you. Your work wasn't up to standards. And this made you second guess yourself and your intuition. And it made you feel highly burdened. And this might have been a conversation about you by like your bosses or your managers, or as far as an official in your like relationship, maybe somebody your partner is highly esteemed, like maybe a close family member, or like someone they work with or talk to a lot, a very close friend was telling them that you weren't good enough. And this King of Pentacles coming in is like, oh, that was all BS. That is the opposite. This figure calls for no special description. The face is rather dark, suggesting courage, but somewhat lethargic in tendency. Yeah, not wanting to get this work done. The bull's head should be noted as a recurrent symbol on his throne. Got that right up here. The is represented throughout as engraved or blazoned with the pentagram, typifying the correspondence of the four elements in human nature and that by which they may be governed. This means valor, realizing intelligence, business and normal intellectual aptitudes, sometimes mathematical gifts and attainments of this kind, success in these paths. So this literally means that someone was saying that you were unfit to do whatever it was that you were doing, and it has come to be known that you're more than fit, that you've stood up for yourself. You and the people around you are realizing your intelligence in business and in your mind, and in your ability to like calculate and reason. You are fully fit, and whoever was sending this gossip your way is looking like a fool. Okay, one last card for Scorpio, because I gotta go. Oh no, we have time. Cool. Whoop. 2 last cards. Death. There's your card, Scorpio. You win. And the Page of Swords reversed. Okay. The Death card, I think it is so cool. Ta-da. So there was this official figure that was being spoken of on this 3 of Pentacles reverse. You might be getting an apology. They is begging death for the lives of these 2 figures. And this figure, the king, you can see his crown on the ground here, has already fallen. So whatever authority figure was, you've already won that. Like, you don't even realize it because you're already sort of like moved on, right? You're riding your white horse of truth, and all things that are not like truthful are falling away. And begging death, like, please don't take mother and child, the queen and the son. I think that's I don't know, I can't tell. Death waits for no one, either rising or setting in the background. You're in some phase of transition, and yeah, you might be getting an apology, and it will be up to you to decide whether or not you're going to forgive, because it affect more than one person, including you. Like, the decisions that we make about forgiveness dole out karma, and not forgiving somebody as much as it hurts them, perhaps more. But forgiveness also doesn't mean like if somebody hurts you, you give them the space to be able to do that again. It just means like we come to a point of grace in ourselves where we understand why somebody did something, and while that doesn't make it okay, we have come to terms with it and can move on into our own happiness and thank them for the lessons that they brought, and hope that they too can move on into their own happiness and find lessons that don't have them spreading these toxic lies about you and or others, and creating this like huge bad judgment call, and like bringing in this like high priestess who's, you know, lifting the veil on something, or covering. This is veiling. She's veiling some truth, which is your hard work. You worked hard, and someone didn't think you did. Okay, and then the Page of Swords. Let's read the Page of Swords, because he's just now learning to use his like intellect to free himself from the cords of karma. It's reversed, so seems like you've taught somebody else a lesson about cord cutting and speaking truth and the importance of that. So I'm curious, what is the direct meaning of this? Little page. A live, active figure holds a sword upright in both hands while in the act of swift walking. Okay. Interesting. So he means authority, overseeing, secret service, vigilance, spying, examination, and the qualities thereto belonging. Oh my gosh, somebody was like fully spying on you, or had somebody like had they reported something about you, or they reported you to like some authority figure that was like literally investigating you. You okay, and so the reversed is the more evil side of these qualities, what is unforeseen and unprepared state. Sickness is also intimated. You were sick, like ill, like capable of fulfilling your obligations. And that might have been you, but it seems like it was you because of whatever this gossip was. And investigated this has that this was done to harm you, and that the person who created this judgment is sick. And whoa, this is a crazy reading. Okay, I just want to get, whoa, this is like a heavy weird. I just want to clear the energy of this reading. We're gonna use a shaman deck. No. Okay. This feels weird. We're not gonna do this one. Here we go. This is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Perfect. Okay, Spirit, can we get an oracle card to close out this super weird reading? Just feel good, Scorpio, that you're being seen as the King of Pentacles. You're solid. You're being seen as in your own energy, as in your right, and then whoever brought this on you is there. You thought you were feeling, they I can ask you, they might come back and ask you for a truce. That this is coming back on them, especially as you continue on your path. Fire came out reversed. I like this character a lot. He's got a white rose at his throat chakra, which means he's speaking truth. He's got a white light on his third eye, which means he's open to spiritual truth. He has these trees, that's an image in your card right now, banding his arms, and then he's actually like rooted to the earth in this tree trunk covered in ivy. And then there's this solar plexus activation, like this is the solar plexus, but this is like a solar activation of the sacral chakra. So it came out reverse, telling me that this person wants to come forward with the truth. You're very grounded. This person might be like a really fiery individual who lied in a moment of passion that's now coming back to bite them in the booty. The booty. We can read this card though, if you would like. It'd be quite nice. 9. Fire. This is the deck Dreams of Gaia by Raven Felon. I really like this deck and the artwork on it. Super pretty. Okay. Fruition, inspiration, creation, ease, simplicity, detachment, and restrictions. I'm going to read the potential blockage. It says, does it seem you are making your life more difficult by overcomplicating something? So that's coming back to this like circling back on yourself energy, second guessing yourself because something someone else did to you that was not your fault. It's already been resolved. It's already been won, and you can let go of those energies. You can feel safe in your energy. It says, do you find you take 10 steps to perform a task when you know you could complete the same task in 5? 5 has been a significant number in this reading. Spirit is awesome. Or do you seem suddenly to have a list of conditions and requirements that only serve to limit and restrict? There is a good rule to follow in all areas of life. Keep it simple. The reverse 9 of fire is a gentle reminder not to bury yourself under the weight of the unnecessary. Take physical action to simplify your life and how you do things. Otherwise, you will make your life harder and slow yourself down. Remove the clutter and create an easy flow that is free of self-imposed obstructions. Lighten your workload by following a process that is elegant in design and uncomplicated in nature, because it only requires that you do what you need to do and nothing that you do not. By doing so, you can give all of your focus and energy to what is truly important and nothing more. Well, that was I'm like at a loss for words right now. That confirmed the entire reading. Let's pull one more. If you've been self-sabotaging and you've been having a hard time letting go of, again, like just repeating myself, here we go. Whoa, can't show this one on YouTube. At least I can cover her up. This is card 23, Integrity. Integrity, this card is so cool. She's got a jaguar or a leopard. I can't remember the difference. I think it's a jaguar. And then an owl. And she's got these little peacock feathers on her horns. She's in these like this waterfall environment. So the owl stands for wisdom. The jaguar is feminine intuition and power. And then there's like a music note on this tree that she's sitting on. I'm just going to turn that one over. Yeah, and we'll read that one too. And at the bottom, oh, here's the card at the bottom. Abundance. Yes, so have integrity. Keep going. Your abundance is coming. Let's read integrity and then abundance. And we'll get out of here. That was a long reading today. For the messages, weird vibes for our Scorpios through this full moon release, but we are doing the work to release. Okay, integrity, honesty, honor, character, values, morality, sincerity, consistency, principles, and fairness. I'm going to read this card's future. When the integrity card appears in the future position, it represents reputation and how a good or poor reputation can affect your future standing at home, work, and in the community. If your reputation is important to you, then it is well to remember that how you behave and act will influence your reputation. If you act without honor and dignity, it will affect your reputation, not only in the short term, but in the long term also. Yes, it is nice to believe that we are unaffected by the opinions of others. And if you have a healthy self-esteem, then another's opinion of you might not have an emotional impact. So we've gone over that in this reading. However, it is not always practical or wise to hold oneself above the regard of others. On a social and professional level, a good reputation helps you move through life with ease. We all like to be seen in a positive light, socially and professionally. A poor reputation can have destructive consequences, especially if your behavior causes those around you to seek another's services or companionship. Do your best to act and behave in a manner that will serve you well both in the present and in the future. Remember that what you do in the present can come back to haunt you long after you have forgotten any unscrupulous or unwise behavior. Technology has allowed social and business networks to become much larger than they once were. Word of mouth has been superseded by word of status update, quote unquote. As a result, the world is far smaller than it used to be, and a few minutes searching the internet for virtual skeletons in the closet can make or break you if there are skeletons to be found. If you are dependent upon a good reputation, and most of us are, then it serves you well to act with integrity at all times. So, if you fear that you weren't acting in integrity and that's what brought this judgment upon you, acting in integrity, and that brought this judgment upon you. The means of the judgment was unfair, is what this reading has told me. So there was more to it than just whatever it was that you did. 2, you've already overcome that battle, and you're standing now in your King of Pentacles energy. And this card, integrity here, is asking you to use your intuition in the future to, and your wisdom, your hard-earned wisdom with the owl, to move with integrity. You're in your integrity. The slate's been wiped clean. Move forward knowing that you have the tools that you need, and that whatever has affected you in the past has been cut away. You're in, and that will bring abundance. Ta-da! That's this last card. Abundance. This super cool dragon with this cornucopia and this woman here. She has a bird's nest, or birds in a bird's nest. Yeah, that's super cool. And these vines and purple, and a rabbit indicating that vulnerability. Okay, 15, abundance. All these pages, I'm having a hard time getting to it. Okay. It means consciousness, giving, receiving, energy, love, appreciation. We're going to put abundance in the future. When the abundance card appears in the future position, it signifies the rippling outward effects of generosity. Remember to share what you have, even if you only have a little. Be generous in giving, even if the only things you have to give are your care and attention. Oh, okay, so this is telling me that somebody, this judgment that was cast upon you was because somebody wasn't seeing the gifts you were giving. They only saw what you weren't giving, and maybe what you weren't giving was because you had different values than what this person was expecting from you, but your values were about giving selflessly. And this abundance coming for you is because you remained in your integrity, stood up for yourself, and began to understand that you are you're intelligent. and whatever this like thing that was questioning you, like, they're only intelligent in one way apparently. Give of yourself to others. Get into the habit of giving to others, especially when you no longer have need for what you have. So clear out your cupboards, give things away, offer someone in need a helping hand, volunteer, and if something wonderful happens to you, pay it forward. The more abundance you create, the more you receive. Okay. Focused on especially like money lately, or material things. This reading is also asking you to look at everything else you've given, everything else you can give, all the ways that you've given to people. And if you still don't feel like you're able to, like, make sure you give to yourself also. Like, give yourself grace, give yourself that space to heal and to move forward, and to take one step at a time instead of like trying to take all the steps at once by circling back on yourself. Anyway, thanks for being here, Scorpio. I hope that was a good reading for somebody. I'll see you next time. All right. Love you guys. Bye.